welcome to Geeky Cheekies. I'm Jenny,
I'm Phoenix.
uh, and today's topic is cosplay. But before we get into the topic, Phoenix, how was your week?
My week was okay. Other than if okay, so I feel like I need to always put in this warning because I fucked up. So what happened was is that I forgot to make sure payment for my Adobe went through, so I couldn't be able to edit the episode until Friday. So this is gonna come out back to back. Which sucks, but at the same time, it's like now I need to just remember, okay, make sure the payment goes through before you spend a ridiculous amount of money on fabric. um, so that stress happened, but then it's like, it's not a big deal right now. We're still kind of at the beginning and trying to get used to our schedule of uploading. So
Mhm.
I'd rather have an accident like this happen now than later down the line,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like we don't really have a upload schedule yet, mainly because we're trying, because basically with this pandemic happening and we're not working our typical schedules, especially me, because it doesn't exist at the moment.
Yeah,
Uh,
and they're changing mine every day. Like some days I'll work a full shift, some days I'll work a half a shift.
yeah, so when we want to make sure that we create a schedule that's consistent before being like, hey, so this is our upload schedule.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you've been listening since episode one, thank you for bearing with us while we try to figure this out.
Yeah,
Um,
I think episode 2 went a lot more smoothly. Episode 3, um I went off topic a lot again, but I feel like with that topic it was hard to avoid.
well, I mean, it makes sense because Persona
It
is
means a lot to me.
yeah. Not only does it mean a lot to you, but I'm also you're also trying to explain more to me as someone who still like who's still trying to grasp Persona and the topics they cover. And the thing
Yeah.
is, we haven't. The thing is, we didn't. We only covered three characters.
Yeah. 3
Yeah,
bosses.
yeah,
We covered 3 bosses and then an extension a few of the main characters.
yeah.
And that's only scratching the surface. We skipped over one to
Mhm,
get to the one that I related to more. And like I said, his is kind of boring, but the girl, one of the characters that relates to that storyline,
mhm.
is really interesting, and I feel so bad for her. But I feel bad for all of them. This series just makes me sad and happy. Speaking of Persona, though, I played more Royale after the recording,
Mhm.
and I beat Kamoshida's level a
Mhm.
lot more quickly. I have a lot more to say, but if we, or I shouldn't say if, it's the when we do our update regarding Persona once Jenny has a chance to play.
Mhm.
Um, I'll talk more about the differences of the two games and about the characters and whatnot. Maybe we'll do like a two-parter for that because Jenny will have more
Like, if
insight of the games by then, hopefully.
yeah, hopefully that's probably. Not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna have to take a lot of notes for it.
Oh no, I had to take a lot of notes too because and I didn't even start at when I was taking my notes. I think I started like after.
Mhm.
Yeah, I started after I finished Kamoshida's level. I'm like, oh, I should probably start taking notes.
Mhm. By the way, if you hear some low humming in the background, it's my air conditioner. Well,
It,
it like I'm doing the best I can to keep that minimal, the sound minimal, but it's how many degrees is it right now? But basically it's it's going to be 94 degrees later.
uh,
So I'm kind of trying to cool down the house while it's still not 94. So
yeah,
yeah, hopefully it doesn't bother you guys that much. Obviously, in the edit, we'll find out how much how much it will interfere, and if it does, then we'll make our adjustments as we go.
yeah.
Because I am not turning off that fan.
Nope, that's fair. And if you guys suddenly hear us stop and continue, that's because my brother is doing some My 17-year-old brother, by the way, is redoing our bathroom, which is almost exactly above where my room is. I'm in the basement of our house. So if you guys hear us suddenly stop, it's because of the fact that my brother started working and we have about an hour and 15 minutes before he said he was going to be starting. He's supposed to text me beforehand, but I don't know if he's going to.
Ugh.
Because we talked about this last night and he doesn't always remember things. So, we're trying to just work around my brother doing that, and we're up very early, so, at least very early for me on the weekends.
I actually like doing this early, to be honest, mainly because cause my typical when I was working,
Mhm.
my typical schedule was I would wake up at like 5:30 in the morning,
Same here.
to go to get ready to go to work. Cause around that time, I didn't have a car. I'm probably still not gonna have a car for work until like I start working again. But basically, I would travel by bus to my job. That's why I would get up early, and then and yeah, I was like used to that schedule. But since I'm like heading into month 2 without like working, I like slipped into like this sleep schedule where I don't, I sleep in and then uh, end up staying up late, and I know eventually eventually I have to. I'm gonna have my job again when this is all done. Um, but basically, when I come back, I have to go back to that schedule
Yeah.
and I think it's better for me to start early, slowly waking up early again, and like just but just like do stuff like homework or uh, more homework.
I totally get that. I know for a fact with my job, they're not planning to have us go back to the office anytime soon.
Mm.
So I can have my sleep schedule slightly off.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would do the same thing. I would wake up at 5:30, even if I didn't have to leave until
Mhm.
7 to 7:20, depending on the day.
Mhm.
Um, I always would get up that early because it took me so long to wake up.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I was always up early in the morning.
Mhm.
And today was no exception. I felt bad that you had to get up, so I decided I'm gonna get up by 7 a.m. my time, which is 6 a.m. your time.
I mean,
Just to ensure that like I'm up and I'm alert and awake.
don't feel bad because like it gave me an offer. It gave me. I shouldn't. I shouldn't make it a reason for me to get up. I should be get like personally to me. I think if I need to be responsible and have to like get up early, like
Hmm.
for my own benefit, I should be doing that myself and not like m- tell someone, oh, you doing that is like basically put that like oh you're like responsibility, I guess. I don't know, I'm trying to find
Oh,
the
I
right
get that.
words. Yeah,
I get
like
what you mean.
the burden of responsibility. Okay, but whatever. But point is, I need to get up anyway. I have to be more responsible about my body because you know I'm not well. I'm not young, and also, what? Yeah.
Not that old.
I know, but also like I've been kind of like been more aware of my health for a while, so
Hmm.
I'm kind of just like okay, no, I gotta be more responsible.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and for me, it's just like I don't like saying excuse. Your excuse to get up. It's
Mhm.
just the wording I always use for whatever reason.
Mhm.
But it just makes it easier for me if I have a reason to be up and sorry if I hit my microphone. Up at this time is to have a reason.
Mhm.
It just makes it easier for me to actually get up.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, I'm still in my doll repainting obsession. And I tried making my own plush, but that failed miserably. I can't even talk about it. It's like
Mhm.
PTSD right now with that.
Mhm.
But I had made the excuse like, okay, I'm not gonna do a doll again until my embroidery thread gets here. It's
Mhm.
coming today, so I have no excuse.
Oh.
So, not so the world was like, "Oh, you're gonna make that excuse? Okay, we're gonna make sure this gets delivered a day early." It's like, "God damn it. Okay, fine."
Oh man. Well, I mean, I think it's good that you're learning other crafts, even if like was it even even how can I put it? I think it well, let me start that over. I think it's good that you're learning crafts. I actually do want to see what the doll looks like, even though you think it looks like crap to you, because it probably isn't. To me, I don't think it isn't. Even then, like you worked on it and you're new
Yeah.
to it. So I mean, I personally like don't think I like anyone should be giving you crap or like make fun of you or whatever your fears are, uh, like on your craft or your design, which you know,
True, yeah.
which
And that kind of goes into our topic too.
yeah, yeah, it does. Because oh man, I have like my thoughts.
I did too. So let's start with like how your week was going just because it went into this. Was it just because you were writing like your thoughts out like I was, or
Well, so my week consisted of cleaning a bit and my power going out like for half of like my my place, and it was the half that had my internet and my kitchen. So yeah, that was interesting. I was like in full panic mode for a bit, but obviously we got that fixed.
yeah,
But during my cleaning, I found my ball jointed doll because I actually own one, or
yeah,
I own two, but there was one in particular that uh, I had. I got it like that particular one I got years ago when a ball jointed doll shop was closing their storefront and they were trying to get rid of their floor models. So I got that for super duper cheap. Because they're like, oh, it's an old model, blah blah blah, and like what I did or what I ended up using that doll for was prototyping like cosplay.
oh,
Cause fabric's expensive.
yes, it is.
Material in general is expensive. So like, um, I bought that's I bought her for that main purpose. I mean, I also did try to prototype other clothes and stuff,
Hmm.
but it was mainly for cosplay and like yeah, um, it kind like just seeing it kind of brought back memories of like my time, like not so much for me cosplaying, but helping other people like create their cosplay outfits.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Uh
that's cool. Yeah, I've all my cosplays were either handmade or I found all the pieces at local
mhm.
clothing shops. Like my Dipper Pines one was I
Mhm.
found everything mostly at my old job when I worked at Walmart,
Mhm.
except for the vest. I got that on Amazon, and same with the hat.
Mm. That's actually pretty cool. And this it also kind of brings into the main topic about cosplay, which is what is it? Making versus buying,
Yeah,
because I tend to lurk in like cosplay like in a lot of like groups, particularly uh like obviously particularly ones that talk about geek culture and all that,
yeah.
and occasionally I'll see something about cosplay like and people talking about talking about making it or buying it, and I tend to see more people shaming people for buying their costumes, which
Are you serious?
yeah, it was kind of it's kind of crazy because, you
Some
know,
people don't have that ability to sew no matter how much they practice.
yeah, because like obviously, like 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 if you make like in general when you make something, it takes a lot of time and practice.
Yeah.
And you know, people there's people that don't have that time. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like in my case, like I learned how to sew, and then I was like kind of and I was getting into cosplay a bit. Not personally for me because body issues I like had, even though
Yeah.
did it once.
Oh,
But
that's the same with me. That's why I only did male characters.
basically uh for me what was I gonna say? But for me, I kind of like stopped because like it would take time that I didn't or like I didn't have because I was working or I've been working and going to school and
Hmm.
was it and it the material is costly like especially when you're trying to experiment.
Yeah.
uh was it So I don't shame like I don't think we should shame anyone if they're buying, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and also and for me and I don't know what is your experience with that because you seem surprised that that I personally seen more people shaming people for buying a costume versus making like.
That's probably because of the group I hung out with. They were either people who would be able to make their own costumes or buy it, but our group never shamed each other if we could not make it. Like, we understood that not everyone had, like, that's not something I always see. The thing I see people shame about is you're not the right body size, you're not the right skin tone, you're not the right whatever to be this character.
Oh man, yeah, I've seen that too, and I think that's just like I think that's also weird. Like,
I have a funny story though.
mhm,
So one of my goals, the goal I have in mind is that I'm not going to get a cosplay for a female character that I really want to play until I lose some weight. That's just a personal goal of mine,
mhm,
and I just want to be healthier. It's not because I think well,
mhm,
I have issues with my body right now, but I think I want to be at a healthier weight anyway, so I don't want to buy something and then like later on have to figure out how to seam in the size.
mhm,
Um I was mentioning this to my friend when I was working at one of my old jobs, and this girl rolls around to look at me because we're in the break rooms as I'm talking about this. She's like, "Who's telling you this? Because I'm gonna kick their ass. They cannot tell you that." I'm like, "Oh, no, 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 no!" And I had to explain to her like, "No, this is just a goal for me because I
mhm.
want to lose weight and I want to be healthy." And she's like, okay, sorry for freaking out, but I hate when people do that. I'm like, no, I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, because I mean, like me to like for me like isn't or at least for like to me, I think cosplay is supposed to be fun, and I personally don't think people should tell other people how to like not dress because
Yeah,
they're not like they don't fit like the type. I mean, obviously with like if you're a professional cosplayer, it like that's I want it
yeah,
like I see that kind of differently, but even then like to an extent, like if it's like um like how can I put it? I feel like the next thing I might say might kind of cheese people off of it.
but
But like to me it's like if it's like an I want to call it like an acting type event or like or a theater type event like but
yeah,
even at that point it's not really cosplay, it's more like um oh man, I'm trying to find the right word for it.
it's more like you are performing.
Like yeah, performance, like but like just cosplay, it, I feel like we shouldn't, or you shouldn't tell people otherwise. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, the only time I could consider like saying something is if like someone was trying to like blackface or yellowface or whatever a
yeah,
character, but racism.
yeah. And like, I can get like some people want to be as accurate as possible, but that is kind of racism. Or like, have you ever played Dragon Age 2?
I've seen people play Dragon Age too.
Do you know? Do you remember the character Fenris? He's the kind of the tan elf.
Hold on. Fenris. Can uh Dragon Age 2? Hold
Yes,
on. Sorry, I'm like I have to look it up right now.
it's
Uh,
okay.
oh. Huh. Okay, yeah, I see him right now. Uh
Okay. So for that one, that's one of the ones where it's like if you are a pale skinned person, you cannot pull that off because of the line work for the lyrium, which is the tattoos he has. They're so
oh.
light, you can't really see that on like me. I'm super pale. I'm ghost white, and that's because I don't go outside much. But it's hard to do that kind of stuff. I would, but doing blackface or yellowface or whatever, that's super racist. Don't do that. If you're white and you want to do a character that is a different color, different race than you, just go for it. I always see black people pulling it off when they do it the same way, and they
Mhm.
are always amazing.
Yeah, I feel like with each character or like, we like I feel like with cosplay we're afforded that. Like, you know, uh
Yeah,
we don't have to be it shouldn't you shouldn't have to, or I feel like you're given you can it should give you some leeway, like be more
yeah,
creative.
yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, because like I said, I remember it being like it's supposed to be fun, and I remember it trying to be fun, even though like I have my own like like par- I don't want to say paranoias with me personally doing cosplay, more like
And
insecurities.
yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Hold on. I remembered you mentioned with your personal experience that you've cosplayed in the past, and you tend to skew male characters. If you don't mind me asking, what characters did you cosplay as in the past?
So I've only cosplayed two agile characters. The other ones were just kind of like I dressed up and I bind my chest.
Mm-hmm.
But Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls was the first one I did when I
Mm-hmm.
was in college. But my very first cosplay, my very very first one was China from Hetalia because I had really long hair at
Mm-hmm.
the time, and I could style it perfectly to match China.
I'd tell you. Let me see. Oh. Oh. Aw.
And everyone was like, "Oh my god, you're like the China of our group." And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "You're the mom friend." So because I was the mom friend, I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm China." And I didn't do anything to my face. I had naturally brown hair, brown eyes. So even though anytime you see my characters, they have green eyes. If I'm portraying myself, that's because I like green eyes more. But that's just me. That's
Mm-hmm.
me thinking my brown eyes are boring. Um, but yeah, I had naturally brown hair, brown eyes, long brown hair, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma and I made that costume too.
Aw.
I remember not liking it. I liked it, but not 100% because she wouldn't do the sleeves longer.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma wouldn't do the sleeves longer. I was so angry
Aw.
because the character has like really long sleeves that go over their hands, and we only agreed to go a little past my fingertips. I'm like, no, it needs to be longer.
Did she explain why, or
I
uh
don't think she understood why. I think that was the thing. She said, "Well, it looks better if you can, or it's gonna be out of the way if you have short sleeves." I'm like, but that's not the character.
okay. Well, I mean,
It was still
she
a great
meant
costume.
yeah, I mean, she meant well,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah. And I'm glad she was able to help you. if I try to bring, cause my mom sews.
Yeah.
Was she actually made my prom dress?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Okay.
she's fantastic. But I'm pretty sure if I went up to her going like, "Hey mom, I want to cosplay, and I want you to help me make my costume," she'd probably be like, "No, you're like 18 and should be done with this childish stuff."
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, no, my family's really supportive of my geek culture. I mean, the main thing my mom hates is that I buy so much junk, quote unquote, but it's decorations for me, so
like that's back then. Like,
yeah.
obviously things have changed and they kind of
Oh, good.
they've more like, I think just because like I've been able to maintain a job and like put a roof over my head and like pay like basically because I can take care of myself and do the things I do, like travel and um like buy like video games and stuff, they're not they kind of just go okay.
This is the norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I still live at home, but that's because I am with my autism. It really is hard for me to have a roommate,
Hmm.
and there's nowhere I can really live that is cheap in my state. So
I'm not gonna shame you for living with your parents. Like, it's living on your own gets expensive, or like
yeah.
even with a roommate it gets expensive. But that's just me
Oh
saying
no,
that.
and I feel like I always have to just mention that I do want to live on my own. I'm not just and I pay rent here.
Hmm.
I give my mom money and stuff like that for that kind of stuff. But always feel like I just have to mention like I it's more of a
Hmm.
this is what adult is being like. It's like, okay, do you want to deal with a roommate or do you want to live on your own? If you want to live on your own, will you be able to handle
Everything.
um exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That's a step. And it's a gigantic step when once you live
Yeah.
your on your own.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about cosplay, which is more fun.
Y-
Um,
yeah, but like back to the topic. But yeah, but yeah, like my parents, I'm pretty sure like they'll be kind of, if I went up to my mom, because like I said, she's really good at sewing. Like, if I could convince her to let me have like the pictures of like like of all the like dresses and uh stuff she's made for me in the past, I would like post them because it was really good.
yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't necessarily like help me sew it because I am an adult and I have a ton of free time. Well, quote unquote free time, but she'd at least like give me pointers or be like,
Yeah.
"This is how
Or
you
like
do
teach
that."
you.
Yeah. Well, attempt to teach me. I don't like. We would probably have to get a webcam, and my dad's a little paranoid about webcams to an extent.
I mean, if you get one that's like you can disconnect, it would be fine.
Yeah, I actually have one that I just disconnect, and when I use, but yeah, back on topic.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
it's
let's go back up.
a,
We keep going off talking, and today's unfortunately not the day that we can do that because we
uh,
have a limited amount of time.
so yeah, so my experience with cosplay, it was mainly like helping people like create their own, or like, um, or helping like put like parts together. But for my own cosplay, I did it once.
Hmm.
It was for a character named oh man, it's been so long. Mio Sakamoto from a show called Strike Witches, and the only reason I cosplayed as her, because like um, my boyfriend at the time really liked the show, um, and I kind and like
Oh,
I
she's kick ass looking.
yeah, and she was kind of the like, and for me, I was in the mindset of I can only cosplay someone that I remotely like look like to an extent. Um,
Oh, dang, yeah.
yeah, I didn't exactly have her like figure. I mean, but I had the long hair and the bangs at the time, uh, and like close to her eye color, So it's like okay, and I tried it, and I felt, and I ended up going to Anime Expo dressed up as her, and I kind of felt uncomfortable just because um because the outfit, like if you look at her out or her outfit,
It's very short.
it's very short. I mean, granted, it was summer because Anime Expo is always in July, during the summer. So I was I was okay with it, but then like I had like a couple people stop me to take pictures, and I don't know, I just felt pretty uncomfortable, and after that, I just didn't really want to cosplay because I felt like pretty. I was very insecure about how I looked. Like, yeah, a lot of people were, or not, well, not a lot of people, but people have told me, like, oh, you look cute and blah, 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 but like, okay, but I still felt pretty insecure because I didn't like how my body was. Uh, and
Yeah.
so I ended up just helping people. In the end, I just ended up helping people either make a cosplay outfit or help them like design it.
Yeah.
Yeah, um I had someone I'm trying to remember what his character was. A friend of mine wanted to make an outfit from a character from Assassin's Creed. Oh God, this is gonna drive me insane because
Ezio,
uh
the when was this?
uh
Altair?
yeah, Altair. I think it was him. Let me see.
I was gonna go through all the assassins I remember. Connor, who's the worst. Um,
Wait, hold on. Oh God, this is gonna be hard. It wasn't like the main character though. Wait, no,
oh,
it
oh
wasn't the main.
dear.
What?
Oh dear. Now I'm gonna have to look up.
Oh,
Um,
okay. No, like I think one of my other friends wanted to do that, but it was after I've done another character, or oh man, this is gonna drive me insane. Who is it? I'm like looking it up right now.
Well, you do that. Yeah, no, I only, well, for me, back when I did China, it was just like I want to do a cosplay. Not because I look like I'm Chinese, because I definitely don't. I look white as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was more like what's
A what? I'm sorry.
okay, the cheapest way to make this costume is me, you know, doing a cosplay that has a long hair character, and because I'm very,
Wait, Phoenix, can you repeat that? Because for some reason, like it got cut off.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was what I was trying to say was like, for
Mm-hmm.
me when it came to picking out cosplays was like I wanted to be boy characters just because I felt like I could hide my figure more with baggy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked characters with baggy clothes, and then I always also looked at what's the cheapest way to make this costume because at the time I didn't have a lot of money. So
Mm.
that's why I did China, and then I did Dipper Pines. I had cut all my hair off.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't wear a wig for that one either. I just threw on the hat and I jokingly told my dad, "Hey, look, you have another son." And he's like, "Oh God."
I'm sorry. I'm like trying to look for this character right now. This is how much I know. I knew about Assassin's Creed, obviously,
Mhm.
but it's one of those like I just watch people play because yeah, I
I played the games, but they're kind of like there's so many characters,
I
so many characters.
I can tell. But no, there's was it. I know it had to be around Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay, so
Or
around Ezio.
maybe, or it might have been Assassin's Creed 1. Oh god, this is gonna drive me insane until.
Well, while you're looking that up, what do you think the pros and cons for making the cosplay is? Like, what's the pros? Let's start there.
Okay, so obviously the pros is, you may if you make your own costume, like it's fitted to you and your body type.
Yeah,
So, and so for and the thing is, like, whether you're insecure about your body or not, you tend to know your own body.
exactly.
So yeah, you can, and basically you can customize it to make yourself comfortable. Um, the one of the cons I can think of right now as I'm searching for my answer is time and money, because
Yes.
like it materials aren't cheap. Like, especially if you don't have your own sewing machine. I mean, granted, you can hand sew, and I've hand sewn some pieces in the past. Like, not all the way, but like some of it, or like part of it. Which,
Yeah.
which I have a story about that. But uh, if you don't have the time, nor like or back to the money issue, but like money. If you don't have the money for it, or and like like especially when you need like equipment, like that's a problem. And um because sewing machines, especially good ones, can be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Like one of my current machine I have was like about 150 bucks, and I got it on sale because it was one of those Amazon warehouse returns where the machine's perfectly fine. It's just the packaging got damaged and the customer didn't want it, so they returned it. Um,
Which I
so
don't understand.
uh, hey, it saved me money.
Yeah, that's true.
It saved me 50 bucks, so
That's true. Yeah, and the other thing I can think of is like I was kind of talking about before. If you don't know how to sew,
hold on,
practice, you can't get.
you got cut off again.
Oh, sorry.
If you don't know how to sew.
And you don't like, and you can't get the practicing in, or don't have anyone to teach you,
Mhm.
and you just are just can't sew. You're just naturally unable to sew. Like some people are naturally unable to cook. That could also be a con to that. The other pros I thought of. Let me
Mhm.
know if I ever cut off again. Okay, just
Okay.
yeah, just interrupt me. I'll redo my thought. The other
Hold on. You cut off
control the
again.
type of fabric. I did.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Start that point over again.
The other pros I was thinking of was you can control the type of fabric that
Oh,
you use
oh yeah, that's totally right. You can. Uh,
and the coloring of the fabric.
yeah, because I know some people they can be allergic, or they have a poor skin reaction to certain
Sensitive
material,
skin.
and like certain fabric, or like
Same. That's me.
certain dye, I should say.
Or in dye. Yeah, that's true. Yes. I have a sensitivity to certain fabrics.
Mhm.
So like my bed sheets, I can't use regular cotton sheets. I have to get like either t-shirt fabric or Egyptian cotton
Mm.
because it irritates my skin too much.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, I completely forgot about that, but or as a was it as a pro, because yeah, because um was it, oh my god, where was my train of thought going with this? But yeah, like I completely forgot about that. Although it kind of brings me to another question. What do you consider making a cosplay? Is it where you create you custom create all your pieces, or is it or would you consider like buying individual pieces and putting it together as making a cosplay, or would that become territory of buying a cosplay, or like
So it depends on the cosplay. Like
Okay.
the Dipper Pines one, that's something that you don't need to make. You need to just get it together. I consider that at least getting together to cosplay yourself and
Mhm.
not relying on a certain. What I consider buying a cosplay is this is for this character only.
Mhm.
Like this is the outfit for Haruhi Suzumiya.
Mhm.
And that's when I consider it okay, this is meant for this character only.
Hold on. You got cut off again.
I cut off again. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cutting off a little bit too. So I don't know if it's oh, it's my internet. Okay, now it's back up. Okay.
Okay.
Um when it's saying like, okay, this costume is made for this character, that's when I consider it bought. Completely bought.
Okay.
And then becomes like a borderline type of thing when it's like you are making parts of it but are buying other parts.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like your wording makes sense because like um how can I put it? Okay, I'm gonna stop searching for this character right now.
Because you're not paying attention.
Well, no, I am paying attention. It's just more like my thought process, or like I really can't do both.
Okay.
Um, but because to me, yeah, I do agree with you. Like if it's made specifically for that character, like if literally the item says, uh, blah 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 cosplay or whatever, like that, I would consider it bought. For making it, or like for me, I do see make as two different ways. Like making as in like you're making what is it? You sewed everything. You made all the props. You
Yeah.
yeah, but but then there's also making as in you do like you bought like a an item that's already made, like say like uh
My Dipper Pines thing I think is great
yeah,
because those are things that you could just buy all the pieces
yeah,
for.
buy all the pieces, or you're like, or you buy like a piece like let's see, like with Oran High School Host Club, there's
Oh
like
yeah.
there's like the suit jackets, right? Or like for
Yeah.
part of that uniform you could find like a suit, like a jacket somewhere, and you could buy it and you could alter it. Like I consider it kind of like making
Yeah.
too, like alter it, like
No, I totally agree. I totally agree.
add a patch or whatever it is,
I
like
totally agree. If it's you find the
if you, oh my god,
people just use them for the final cosplay. Am I cutting off?
yeah, you cut off at you agree or I agree, and
So I was saying I agree.
mhm,
Sorry, I'm trying to think of what I was trying to say. Um, at the point where there's it at that point, if you're getting all the pieces together, but you're not making them by hand, it's still I consider that still making it because you're getting pieces and you're altering them or fitting them into how the cosplay should go. Like with my Dipper Pines thing, that's the only thing I can really go off of because that was a
mhm,
different way I made a costume.
like there's one or there for that Assassin's Creed costume, like I helped my friend make their jumpsuit, but like there are certain pieces, like mainly just because I didn't have time to
Hmm.
like build everything from scratch. Like I remember the character had a blue belt in it, like a light blue belt, and like the thing is he wanted to be like as precise as he can, but and like I didn't have time to like search for that at that point because we were going to Anime Expo that year, and I think I was building it up to like maybe the day before we were
Oh,
supposed to go to the convention, mainly because I like work, um,
yeah.
and and I just remembered like digging around my place or my closet, and I found this light blue like scarf I had. It wasn't like a thick scarf. It was one of those like ones that you see like fancy people wear in the summer.
Yeah.
uh, like and I like there was like a little pattern in the middle, but you couldn't see it like when you folded it. So I folded it to make it look like just a regular belt, like a regular light blue belt, and just like threw it in
Yeah,
into it. So yeah,
I
was
feel
it?
like that counts.
Yeah, that counts. Oh, you bet I am counting that.
You're definitely counting that.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny because I was watching
Mm-hmm. Hold on. You were
Doll Emotion.
wait. You were watching what?
Oh, Doll Emotion, and I think that may have been on your side. Maybe your internet's not great because mine is showing that I'm at full bars. Anyway, sorry. That has nothing to do with here or there.
I,
Um,
I know. Well.
I was watching Doll Motion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, quick thing. I'm
Yeah.
actually, I'm like checking my internet right now. It seems to be fine. But I don't know. Maybe it's the program or something that's starting
Oh,
to.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure out. Okay. So
Sorry.
back to your topic.
Yeah, back to what I was trying to say. I was watching. Now I have to figure out the name. Delightful. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Delightful. I added her link to the last episode, even though it's not technically up. That's what I'm going to be doing, so it counts.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching her thing, and she was mentioning, "Oh, I'm trying to look for green fabric, but the only green fabric I have is a shirt that I already ruined because I took part of it for a different doll." I was like, "Yep, that sounds about right."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's that's another thing I want to bring up too with like a con about making it, which could technically be a pro.
Yeah.
About making your own cosplay is um, like the con is like you might not be able to find the exact color you want for your fabric, or
Yeah.
like, and that's a con because like especially when you don't have time to like search
Yeah.
everywhere to find it. But it can be a pro because that means you could just dye it. Like you can find the certain fabric you want, and you could dye it yourself. Which in the past I've done, not with a cosplay, but it was for like a costume class I was taking. Uh, I was I bought like some like white fabric, and but I wanted green fabric because I was making like some fairy costume of some type, but I didn't have, or like I couldn't find, you know, green fabric, so I got the white fabric and
Hmm.
I dyed it green. And it came out really nice. I don't think I had pictures of that in the past during that time, but if I do, I'll like post it somewhere.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but so yeah, like it's a pro and a con. You can't find the fabric you want, but also you can make your own fabric color, or like not your own fabric, but you can dye your own fabric at that
If you
point.
want to be extreme, you can make your own fabric, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah, no. Oh no, 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 no. At that point, that
Yeah, that's where I draw the line too.
yeah. Um, what was I gonna? What is my next thing? Um, like, what do you think about people that I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen, or in the past I've seen people kind of like shaming others for the quality of their cosplay.
Oh,
Like,
I've definitely seen that.
okay, how do you feel about that? Cuz like I personally think that that's pretty shitty. Like,
Yeah. No, I agree. It's like, what if that person handmade all that and you are
mhm.
bashing their beginning craft? Which, I totally get the feeling of like I wasn't super proud of the doll that I made originally, and I was like, okay, but it's decent for my first doll, and then when I tried putting hair on it, just going back to that whole thing,
Mhm.
that's when I was like, oh my god, this looks horrible. Um, I think it was just because I wasn't used to the new hot glue gun I got, but
Mhm.
anyway, that's not the point. I think that's shitty. I think that's a horrible thing to do. Don't do that to people. Like,
Yeah.
it's basically like the body shaming thing. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I also do think that it's pretty bad, like that people shouldn't be doing that. Mainly because I feel like what a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but I shouldn't even generalize like that. I feel like some people don't understand that like cosplay, like it's a process. You see like a lot, on Instagram or whatever social media, that
Hmm.
the these really good costumes, was it but they had to start somewhere. No one is like no one becomes a pro overnight or makes really good like costumes overnight like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like more people need to understand. And I do, and personally, to me, people that that we should see more like quote unquote not perfect cosplays,
Yeah.
because not every obviously in life, not no one's perfect, not nothing's perfect. And you know um like to me, I think like if we see more of that, like maybe there'll be less people being completely shitty to like people starting out or whatever. Yeah, cause like to me, like the fact that they took the time to put together a costume, or like and like going out there and wearing it, like I think is cool. And mad props to them, because like I'm pretty for the most part, I feel like it's uh what is it? You're like you're going out of your comfort zone, or
Yeah.
so I feel like we should like be like, oh, we should be more accepting no matter what it looks like. I know there's like something out there, like at least on Facebook, I see like someone posts like low budget cosplays or whatever.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, but but and people like chuckle at it, but yeah, but that's just, or how can I put it? Um, but that's just one other time. Like I've seen people be like not so shitty about it, about other people's low budget cosplays, or
Yeah.
quote, or not perfect cosplays, I should say.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And like I
Mhm.
wasn't too stressed out when I was doing Dipper Pines. Like that was definitely what I would consider aka low budget.
Mhm. Or not
Um
perfect or whatever.
exactly. Exactly. I didn't go to the exact length of trying to get the exact shade of
Mhm.
orange for the shirt or the exact same uh top, I
Mhm.
or the exact same vest.
Mhm.
And I didn't find any tube socks, so I just wore some regular athletic socks.
Mhm.
I didn't care. I was just like, this is gonna be my quick cosplay. I am just more trying to get through the weekend,
Mhm.
and it worked out.
That's good. Like I feel like when I don't know, like I have my regrets with cosplay, mainly because it's like my main regret is I should have done it more, not
Yeah,
instead of letting all my insecurities get to me, because
same here.
like right now the world is burning. And obviously conventions and stuff have been postponed or canceled. And
Mhm.
you know and as of right now, they're probably going to come back next year, maybe. um so
Hopefully.
hopefully, so and I'm just like regretting, oh, I could have dressed up, but or back then when the world wasn't burning. Yeah, because You know, because that like those kinds of insecurities had always ran into my head, and and you know, I should ignore it. Or I and like other people like me that have those insecurities should ignore it and just do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
No, I
Uh.
totally get that.
Yeah. Um. Let me see. Did you want to? Did you have any final or not final, but do you have any thoughts you want to add to cosplay? To the topic of cosplay?
To like the general top. No, I think we both got all of our points out. Or, well, I got all of my points out. I don't know about you,
Uh.
but
I mean,
um, other than the only question I really have, which is kind of going a little off of what we were just talking about, would be like, do you have any future plans for cosplay?
well, I had a plan because to cosplay, maybe something a little bit simple because even though I'm trying to be less insecure about my or about my body,
Yeah,
you know, obviously I'm not going to make a gigantic leap from, you know, uh, from like not cosplaying to, I don't know, Elsa from Frozen or something. But, you know, for me, it's like probably something small, like, and then kind of build up from there. Cause confidence, you know,
yeah,
being like, hey, I'm totally wearing this costume.
yeah,
Yeah, even though, like, even though I have my concerns. But yeah, like we'll see. And also another thing too now is I made like a goal to like lose weight as well, but not like but it's a health reason for me.
exactly. Same here.
Like like you know, it's it's not going to be the end all of be all, you know. If like,
Yeah,
oh, if I don't lose weight, I'm not going to cosplay. It's more like if I just have to make adjustments or whatever, but I would like to lose, or I'm trying to lose weight. Although that's kind of been thrown out the door a little bit, just because like combination of like not working, can't really go outside, and trying to make and being trying to adjust all of that with things with my anxiety
yeah,
doesn't help. Like, and I'm not making an excuse for that. It's my reality. So, but it's been better, or I'm getting better at it. So,
good.
yeah. How about you? Any future plans?
Yeah, I actually have a character in mind. I kind of talked about it last week that I don't go to conventions anymore, and that's because I started developing really severe sensory issues with noise.
Mm-hmm.
And conventions are loud. If you haven't been to one, conventions are loud.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I was talking with a good friend of mine who I honestly, at the time, like she was telling me this, I didn't think about it, but now it makes sense now I'm looking back. She also has autism, but was diagnosed until she was an adult. And she was suggesting to me I should cosplay a Vocaloid because then I can wear headphones to muffle out the noise.
Oh yeah. Remember?
So,
So,
what?
oh, I was gonna mention, or sorry, I was gonna say, oh yeah, I remember you were telling me about that, and and she looks so cute.
Yeah,
The
so
character.
she's Miku. Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's Miku, and I was like, I want to be Miku, and then I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be Miku. But then I'm like, I'm gonna be either Len or Ren.
Mhm.
And Len is one of those like going back to me wanting to just do male cosplays because I don't think I'm cute enough to do girls.
Mm.
Um, but that's just me. That is me being insecure. Um, and but either way, I want to do a Vocaloid character because then I can wear headphones and muffle out the noise around me, and we're gonna test that out at once I am able to get started on the cosplay. I'm gonna test that out at a smaller convention here in Colorado.
I can't wait to see it because I remembered like I said earlier, like I remember when you were telling me about your plans for this cosplay. I was like, oh, I want to see it. The character's so cute. All
Yeah, I'm
the.
excited. Len and Ren have always been my favorites. I think I'm gonna go with Len just because I'm not quite comfortable at the comfortable level yet to wear a belly top.
Mhm.
Um, but maybe in the future I'll do Ren as well,
Yeah.
or Ren. I don't know why I kept calling her Ren. It's Ren.
I mean, remember with cosplay, you're given artistic, you know, uh,
Yeah,
if you really want to dress up as Rin, you could just adjust the costume so it doesn't, it doesn't have to be a
yeah.
belly top.
That's true, yes. I'm still in the mentality where it has to be perfect, and that's just me. It doesn't have to be perfect for other people. I don't care if it's not perfect for you for your cosplay. I care about my own cosplay if it's not perfect or not. But then again, that's just me being a perfectionist with my art,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not healthy at times. So,
We're working on it.
yep,
uh,
working on it slowly but surely. And then I have another one which I've been planning to do for a while. Maybe you can join me, Jenny.
mm-hmm.
Is that I was gonna do like a human version of the evolutions, and I was gonna go as Espeon.
Okay, yes, I'll help you with that. But we could, or I could help you with that, and I'll make my own. Maybe,
Which one would you be?
I don't know. That's so hard. Let me.
Espeon's always been my favorite, so automatically was like, yes, Espeon,
Okay, he could be Espeon. Maybe
and that would be girly. That would be actually girly. So,
maybe Umbreon.
oh yeah, we could be twinsies.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but I at least I could think of like looking into evolutions. Like Umbreon kind of spoke to me, and I'm just like in my head I could think of like ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and that's the same with Espeon. Like, I can think of a bunch, like, gypsy or fortune teller. Like, there's a lot of things I can think of for her. And that's the fun. I love those kind of cosplays when they're like, I'm gonna take this Pokemon and just make it my own.
yeah.
Those are my favorite type of cosplays. Do you have a favorite type?
I don't know, man. They're all good. So,
Yeah,
for me, I don't really have a favorite. It's just me like, oh, that looks so awesome.
yeah. No, I
Oh,
totally agree. All of them are great, but like that's why one of my favorites is when you have full liberty of what you want to do.
yeah,
And like every time I see anyone dressed as a Pokemon in their own style of a human Pokemon version, I always take pictures.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's always so hard for me to pick my favorite or like favorites of anything.
Yeah,
Like, just because my mentality is like, oh man, that looks so cool.
yeah.
Man. What was I
And
gonna
there's some
say?
more ideas I have, but I haven't hashed them out enough to feel like I can say yes, I'm going to be doing that.
That's fair. Although now my question is, what convention should we go to then?
Let's look into it. You can, actually, if you want to come out during Thanksgiving, they're going to be doing Denver Culture Con.
I will see what I can do, mainly because,
I know
uh,
it's Thanksgiving weekend, so
and
like,
it's not even just that. It's more like it's something like, can we meet other people at that point? I'm a.
oh yeah, is that going to actually happen? That's why they pushed it back so far because it's supposed to come out in July or not come out. It's supposed to happen in July, but then they pushed it all the way out to November, and I'm like, okay, I can actually do that, and if you want to come out, we can. My family would be more than happy to have you hang out with us for Thanksgiving.
Okay, I'll keep you posted because like I after canceling a bunch of like trips, I was
Yeah.
just like, I really want to travel so bad. It's like, cause cause I told you, and I've at least told the podcast, like I go, like I tend to travel, or I make it a mission for myself to travel every year, and
And that's a good mission. I need to start doing that.
and like one of the conventions, Portland Retro, where I've met like some of our friends from or the Discord communities I belong or were part of, like you know it got canceled, and it's just like
It's sad.
it's sad because that's where I've met and we'll eventually talk about conventions.
Like in more depth. And
And
I
we'll,
have a story of conventions of going to a convention
mhm,
at the end of the podcast that I mentioned last episode.
mhm. Uh,
But continue your story.
and like for me, it's just like like Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Like for me, like I didn't go last year just because I ended up going to PAX and I was supposed to go somewhere else, but
Yeah.
that got canceled. But basically for me, it was just like, oh, um, was it? like it's special to me, and
Yeah.
like, because like I said, I made a lot, or I met a lot of great people and made a lot of friends there. Um, so yeah, I don't know. This year for travel has sucked for me, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping, hopefully, maybe, possibly, uh, I could travel to your part in the neighborhood this time.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I that was one of my I remember when they used to call it Comic Con, Denver Comic Con,
Mm.
and it's our big convention. Like the
Mhm.
first 3 or 4 years, um, they totally could not figure out how to get
Mhm.
so many people in at once. So
Oh boy, that sounds. Well, I'm glad they figured it out now.
yeah, well, in like the convention center,
In like the convention center.
when you,
Hold on.
oh, the convention center is huge.
Okay. No, sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know why you kept cutting off. um,
It's I think that the connection. Next time we'll figure out what's going on and get that fixed. I
mm,
think
yeah.
because right now it could be that I'm also on my laptop, which is different from my desktop because I'm it's half of it's being lazy, half of it is that I don't want to have to move my monitors around because my desk has my at home work setup. So
That's fair. I mean, it I'll eventually get into the whole working at home stuff, but no, it's totally understandable. I mean, was that space is always space is always an issue no matter what.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why like they didn't rent out the whole convention the
Mhm.
first year,
Mm.
like the whole convention center, which was a bad idea because so many people were trying to get in, and now they
Ah.
finally figured out what they're doing.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. Especially since I haven't been to Colorado since I was, I think, like 14, 15?
Yeah, if you come out during that time, you can also let's
Mm-hmm.
see. Sorry, I'm just double checking the weekend and seeing because that I think falls into almost my birthday week.
Ah, yeah.
So you can hang out if you want to for that as well.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Hopefully by then the world stopped burning.
Yeah. And and that's just the plan for right now. It's just Thanksgiving weekend, the 27th to the 20th. Yeah, that's so it'll be like a week before my birthday
Mm-hmm.
week cuz my birthday's on the 7th of December.
Okay.
But yeah, my family would be if you want to like come for the whole week. My family would be cool with you coming for Thanksgiving as well.
Okay.
Um, we'll figure it out though.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like when it gets closer. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to add to our
Um.
topic. I
Yeah.
I mean, like I got everything I wanted to say out.
I did too. I think this was a nice, short, not super in depth episode, which we're trying to balance out right now.
Yeah.
Because we had two that were very. The first two were very like just thinking about the new games that just came out. One that involved a lot of research and was really deep, and then this one was just an easygoing one. We're trying to keep that kind of flow going, where we
Mhm.
talk about whatever is either current or
Mhm.
um you know it's kind of more history or
Mhm.
more in depth
Mhm.
and or something that's just casual like this.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, we're finding our stride, and if you've been listening from episode 1, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
And also, if you could always like comment or email like what you guys like and what you get like and want to see more of,
Yeah,
and
no,
it
totally.
and or yeah, like, or like if there's like stuff you want us to kind of like adjust, you know.
Yeah, because right now we're just kind of going on with whatever comes to mind. Like,
Mhm.
we do the question. We're going to be doing the questions in a minute, and then I think at the end I'll tell my story about going to PAX South.
Mhm.
So that if people, mhm.
Yeah, tell us about your PAX South episode.
Or I can just do it right now. Let's just do it right now. Okay.
Yeah, before we forget.
Yeah. So okay. So I went to PAX South
Mhm.
5 years ago, give or take.
Mhm.
I went with one of my friends from college,
Mhm.
her boyfriend,
Mhm.
and one of her friends. And I I gotta be honest, we looked like an odd bunch. I had my hair dyed teal blue.
Mhm.
My friend, her boyfriend, and her other friend, I should say her best friend because I think it was just another friend of hers.
Mhm.
Um, they all have piercings, tattoos. This was before I got my tattoo.
Mhm.
So like we all looked like a bunch of
Mhm.
punks. So we drove since like 9 p.m. the night before to get to the borderline of Texas.
Mhm.
We stopped for a few hours so that the driver could sleep. I didn't have my license. I know my friend and her friend did, I believe. But I
Mhm.
think it was his car. He didn't want anyone else to drive it, which is fair. We stopped for a little bit to sleep on the side of the road, and then it was about maybe 6 or 7 a.m. that we crossed from New Mexico into Texas.
Mhm.
And as soon as we got there, we got stopped by the cops.
Oh.
And do you want to know why?
Oh my God, why?
We have Colorado license plates. So they thought we
Ah.
were trying to smuggle in weed, but all of us were alert, or we were tired, but we were awake. We were not, the car didn't smell like anything but bananas, which sucked for me because I hated bananas.
Mhm.
Um, and the guy, and like the officer was just giving the driver more of a hard time. He looks at me and I look like I'm 16. So they're like, okay, who's she? I'm like, hi, my name is so and so,
Mhm.
because I don't use my real name on here. My name is so and so. I'm 20, whatever. I forget when this was, but I'm in my 20s.
Mhm.
Um, and so finally he's like, okay, so you guys were speeding in a school zone. I'm like, what? No, we weren't. Um, so he gave
Uh.
him a ticket
Uh-huh.
claiming we were speeding. However, when
Mhm.
I was telling one of the people at PAX South about this, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, that's actually really common. If you're from a state that has weed, they're gonna stop you and try to get a reason to search your car."
Uh. What? Like,
Yeah,
that just makes me sad.
yeah.
I mean, like, okay, I can't. Fine, I kind of get it to an extent, but also like, yo, chill the hell out, man. Like, not every person that comes from this state is gonna smuggle anything. I
I
mean,
don't even smoke weed.
yeah, I used to.
What didn't help was that we look like a bunch of
Don't judge a book by its cover, man. Holy.
exactly.
Oh God, yeah, that infuriates me so much,
Yeah, so
so
that's my
much.
story.
Uh,
And
eh,
that was my first out of state convention too.
yeah. It was.
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that.
it was a great story though.
Eh,
Um,
eh.
Other issues we ran into, I lost my badge at one point, which sucks because I had like an evolution lanyard, so I was very sad I lost it.
Aww.
But it was really this really nice guy was like, "Hey, I'm actually leaving early. Do you want my ticket?" I'm like, "Oh my god," because I was just planning to hang out in the room on the
Aw.
last day.
Aw, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, so it was really sweet. This guy gave me his ticket. He's like, "I'm actually not going to go today. I'm not feeling great, but here, you can have my ticket." I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Aw, that's really cool. Let's see. The closest thing I've ever seen something like that was when I went to PAX West. Um, because like the badges for PAX, they don't have your name on it. It's just a badge.
Yeah, that was the same with PAX South.
Um, yeah, but people were kind of just selling it on like the streets for like $20. That's like the closest I've seen to someone like offering their badge or whatever. It's like, oh well, you could buy it off of me because the day's like halfway done and I'm not coming back.
Yeah, and I think he felt bad just because he overheard me mentioning to my friends I can't find my badge. So I think
Aww.
he felt bad because he knew I had one, but I lost it.
Aw, that's really cool. I like when
Yeah,
that's really, or I like it when, or it's cool when when like someone you don't know does something pretty
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Especially since like with I've gone to a lot of conventions, and I think because I'm just like I was always hanging out with groups of older people, they always were like very protective of me. So I
Aw,
was just kind of used to that
kind of used to that.
mentality of just out for you.
Okay, let's. I'm trying to
I don't
think.
know if that's the same for your where you're from, but like in Colorado, a lot we look out for each other. Like I lost my brother and I got separated during one of the conventions. He was maybe 10 at the time. I was freaking out. All I came up to one of my friends crying, and his group of friends noticed, and it's like, "Oh my god, are you okay? What's going on?" I'm like, "I lost my brother. I don't know where he is." And they all were like, "Okay, let's get up. Let's go search for him." He's just a little kid. Like that's one of the best stories I have too.
Well, let's see. I was gonna wait to talk about
Sorry, yeah, I
conventions a
shouldn't
bit
be talking.
more.
I shouldn't be talking about conventions, I just kind of thought of that story too.
Yeah, but but my experience, all I can say is my experience is a little bit different. That's all.
And it could be because you're in California. Let's definitely go into that more when we talk about conventions itself.
Well, I think it's just because I mainly go by myself. Or the
Oh,
last couple conventions, I tend to travel by myself. So, and also, the last conventions I've been to, like, was out of state. So,
okay.
it's a bit different for me.
Yeah.
But we'll
No,
get more into that
exactly.
in the next episode or in another
Exactly.
episode. Um, so yeah, did we get any questions from our?
Um, no, we didn't, but I actually have I'm gonna do something kind of different from our normal questions.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna do a few this or that questions.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, okay.
Since we didn't get anything in. But if you guys want to send us questions, send it to geekycheekies@gmail.com. We'd be more than happy to answer them. I'm gonna have a list in case we don't get anything. But I saw this one looking for questions. I'm like, this is fun. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Mountain for me. Which is interesting. I'm not a beach person, and it could just be I lived in a mountain state most of my life.
Yeah. I personally pick beach because where I work is near the beach and like the temperature is so much cooler for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, I do like swimming, so I get to be near the water.
Yeah, I'm not a big swimming person. Um, would you rather cook a meal or clean up after a meal?
Oh, cook, cook.
Same, same.
I like not because I'm picky and not because I don't trust anyone cooking. It's more like I really enjoy cooking. Um,
Same here.
I wish I had a better air conditioner, good the air conditioning system that when I'm like when I want to do like baking and other stuff or like where it requires me to be like at the stove for a long period of time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I prefer cooking.
Yeah, same here. I don't like cleaning up after I cook.
Mhm.
I'm lazy that way,
Mhm.
but I enjoy cooking a lot. Like I
Mhm.
and my family likes when I cook. Like I made French onion soup twice last month because we had a lot of snow in April.
Mhm.
So like my family likes my cooking too, so it works out. All right. Let's see another one. Cats or dogs?
Obviously, cats. I have
I,
three of them.
I'm on the fence because I've had dogs growing up. I had a cat growing up. I like both.
Hmm.
So,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like both too, but it's mainly because of my schedule. Or if I know, like right now, my schedule right now is not typical for obvious reasons. But if
yeah.
I had a dog like with my regular schedule, that poor dog's gonna be sad because
Yeah.
was it I get home, I leave early, I get home late, and they're gonna be stuck at home most of the day. And
Yeah.
also, I do live in area or the place I live at. I share it with two other families. So, um,
Mhm.
like I can't exactly like set something up where like the dog can run in and out of the house or whatever or in it.
Yeah.
So I can't like in good conscience get a dog.
No,
Until,
that's totally fair.
yeah. So, but they're cute. They're very friendly, and I would like to own a dog someday. Even with the cats I currently have, but you know, um, at this point, not now.
Fair enough. Okay, and then pancakes or waffles?
Oh, that's hard.
I like
Let's.
pancakes more, but that's just me.
I I don't know. I want to go with waffles, cause
Rude. I mean,
because like cause sometimes you just like you just want to like grab a like frozen waffle and just like toast it, and other times, you know, like I guess just the way how I've had waffles where it's kind of like crispy, like I like that like crispy,
oh, I don't like the crispy. I like them soft.
yeah, which is fair. Like
Yeah.
yeah, but you know pancakes are good too.
Um. Okay, and then last one: planes or trains?
Oh, oh God. If hmm.
I can answer mine. I don't mind. I can travel both ways, but I like traveling by train. I'm from the East Coast originally,
Mhm.
and that's the main mode of transportation to get to and from like New York and DC.
Mhm.
And it's so beautiful just to sit and watch the scenery go by. I would much prefer if it was quicker than it
Mhm.
is now. I would totally take a train everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I do tend to skew or more towards trains, mainly because like I even though I like traveling and I like to get to point A to point B quicker, which you know
Hmm.
obviously airplanes would be the best. But I'm also afraid of planes, or not planes, but I'm afraid of flying
Flying?
and heights. Uh,
Oh, really?
yeah, but like, cause like my brain can't shut down when I'm on the plane or whatever.
Hmm.
So I'm constantly thinking about like the statistics and which can be both good and bad, but at the same time you know like bright side is I could like logically get myself out of a panic attack while I'm on the plane, but also I can't stop thinking and I can't sleep through it, like
Oh.
yeah, so because like I have that fear of applying, but I'm not. But I also told myself I'm not gonna. I won't stop myself from going anywhere.
That's good. Yeah. I've been flying since I was a little kid, so I think I'm just so used to it that
Mm-hmm.
it's not exciting anymore.
Ah.
And I think planes are just so much rarer for me to go on that or train did I say planes? I meant trains.
Mm-hmm.
Um that I prefer going by train.
Yeah. I mean, like I haven't been on like a train. Like I've been on a light rail, but I haven't been on a train in a long time. And I
Same
remember,
here.
and my memories of the train, like it was, you know, it's scenic. I mean, I would
Mhm.
like to do like a West Coast thing where you travel up and down the West Coast on the train. There is
Oh, that
something,
would be fun.
yeah, there is something like that out there.
Yeah.
But
There's something like that in here for Colorado but going through the mountains.
yeah, but like I don't know. It can get pricey though, so
You can.
that's mainly why I'm like, yeah. But yeah, but I do like trains just because of the scenery, or I would pick trains over this just because of the scenery, and I don't fear the train.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And those are the questions that I have. Those are the ones that at least looked fun to talk about.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually fun. We should do that more. You know,
Yeah.
this or that. Cause I feel like it's easier for me to answer.
Yeah.
versus like, oh, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure like our audience is probably tired of hearing me go, well, I don't know, I don't have a favorite, but if I had to pick, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they're probably tired of hearing that shtick. So,
Well, and I make sure to usually put the questions ahead of time so you have time to think of them in
yeah.
the docket. But I don't know if you actually look at the docket before.
Oh no, I look at the docket. It's just
Woo!
I'm very indecisive.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you to everyone that's listening in.
Thank you so much. We had a lot. We had a blast. I like this
Mhm.
casual.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys will join us in our next episode. Uh,
Yeah.
was it? And hopefully by the time the next episode comes out, we have a better idea of what our schedule will look like at
Yeah.
least our release schedule, because I think, do you know what we were aiming for at the moment, like?
Right now, because of how like weird our schedules are, we're trying to go have it out once a week.
Yeah,
And hopefully it's out by at least Tuesday at the latest. I want to try to get out on Mondays, but that doesn't always work out.
yeah. But yeah, like, keep an eye out. We'll probably do like an announcement
Yeah,
like
I'll
when we know
definitely.
for sure, like on Twitter uh and our Facebook page.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page that I have no good. Well, I can do stuff, but I don't because I forget it's there.
Oh, yeah, we probably should link that too.
Yeah, I'll remember to do that.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully we see you guys next time. And
Yeah.
have a great day. Hopefully the
Oh,
world is still not burning.
yeah. Well, let's talk. Let's give them a hint of what our next topic is gonna be. Think cartoons.
Yeah, cartoons. I can't wait for this one.
Oh, I can't either. We're gonna not go too crazy. We're sticking to one specific area, but it's cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that for a little bit, and hopefully, if you guys get it right, you guys get a virtual cookie. I guess I don't know.
Virtual cookies, and it'll be chocolate chip. Unless you hate chocolate, then it's gonna be peanut butter.
if
Unless
you
you,
hate chocolate, if you hate chocolate, then who are you? No, I'm joking.
unless, well, I mean, some people might not want chocolate. They might want a peanut butter cookie. Unless they're allergic to peanuts,
So if they want peanuts,
then I don't know, a website cookie. There we go. All
I'm
right.
a website cookie. All right, bye guys.
Bye.